I didn't have any friends, and so the person I really clung to was my mother. She was very nurturing, very loving. After my mother died, I became a lot more isolated after that, and I became a really odd child after that. I ended up getting expelled from school, and my father kicked me out of the house. So I became homeless and started running the streets doing meth. I became pregnant, and I pretty much was living in the parks pregnant. That's when I was offered a place to have my baby. Well, Peggy came to me when, after I had my son, and she was at my house helping me out with figuring out what to do with a baby. I had no clue. I'd never even held a baby before, and she showed me how to play with him, what to expect when he cries, how to swaddle him, you know, and what are his cues. It's just amazing stuff that I would have never figured out on my own. I've always thought of her as like my angel. She's an amazing woman. She's very nurturing. She helped me out a lot. I always knew that I could call her. She never judged me, and she made me understand that, you know, I could do it, that, you know, she recognized my love for my son versus me being an addict, and she recognized how hard it was for me to make that decision. And she was there for me the entire way through. She's part of Catholic Community Services, but I felt like she was family. She's a part of the reason of why I'm so sure of myself now. Part of the reason of why I know that this is what I want to do. I would not be the mother that I am today if they hadn't come into my life, and my son's life, and helped.
I come from a family that, you know, wasn't prepared to, you know, have kids. And my mom, when she was off her medicine, everything a parent could do, she just didn't do. I just got tired of it, so that's why I became a rebel and went out and did my own thing. And it just got me in so much trouble. My caseworker came and picked me up, and he had told me, do you want to go home, or do you want to go to this program? And it's a boys' home, it's a forever home. I said I want to go to this boys' home, and that was probably like the best choice I've ever made. My foster dad, Tony Carrasquillo, he instilled in me that all you could do is grow from your experiences, and you should use your past to motivate you to do something better in the future. And he really encouraged that in me, and he taught me that school is very valuable. And because of him, like, I really feel like that's why I'm here at Oregon State. When I was put into CCS, I was motivated every day to do my best in high school, and I had such a huge support system. And instead of being the high school kid that didn't have like a goal, it was like, you got to do this to go to college. And once college was in my head, I did my thing in high school, and I got good grades. And I eventually fell in love with singing. Surprisingly, I was good. Statistically, I'm not supposed to be here. That's actually one thing Tony always said, is like, don't be a statistic, live above the rest. And I feel that's what I'm doing, and I want to continue and do something with my life. I love to sing, like, I really love to sing, but I want to go back to CCS. Like, I want to become a counselor for CCS and just give back. As soon as I'm done with college and I, you know, finish my double major, I'll go back and just apply all my experience to some other kid's life.
Every step of the way with Jenny has presented new challenges because of a new approach to people with developmental disabilities. And now as an adult, the new challenge is to make sure that there is adequate housing for people with developmental disabilities. So having raised them to be as independent as they possibly can be, they have that opportunity to live as independently with their own place and to move about as freely as they can with appropriate assistance. My greatest fear would be what's going to happen when we're gone. It's the thing I fear the most. This housing thing is an ongoing thing, and it's not going to be solved overnight. I mean, the need is so great, but every building that's built and every residence that's completed is a big step in the right direction. And then once, you know, everybody in the people in the community start observing the independent nature that these folks can have, that Jenny can have, and how she can get to and from work, and how she can provide for herself and be a contributing member of her community, then that just gives impetus for further projects down the road. My biggest dream, and I don't know if it'll ever be realized, is, you know, if all the systems were in place and it made sense on a lot of fronts for me to be able to walk her down the aisle and for her to be married. But, you know, whether that would ever happen, of course, would preliminarily be determined by whether or not there's affordable housing in a place for her to be able to live with her companion in life. But that would be probably my greatest dream.